Well, since it's a beautiful, sunny, 85-degree day here, we're going to think nice one. No, it's not that at all. It's freezing cold and snowing again. So what better time than to think about when it is nice, hot, sunny day and how hot these seats are. We're continuing on with cooling the seats. Today we are going to tackle the back cooling feature, replacing the foam, putting in the fans, and moving on. Before I get into mounting some fans and cutting up the foam, one thing I did do is I put the skin back on here just to see what this all looks like when it's together. I had made mention that I wanted to use this as a vent, kind of like we did in the bottom. I was kicking around the thought of buying another handle assembly, putting it in there so that would match. With taking a better look at this, there is a bunch of holes down here as well. I knew but didn't really think about that. That looks awful. So we got to do something about that. I really don't want to sew a new back on there because that's a lot of sewing. But what I'm thinking is I could probably get a strip of black fabric that's breathable and sew right across this bottom. That wouldn't be a terrible amount of sewing there, and I don't think it would change the look too terribly bad. And we'll just leave those holes, and those will be the vent holes along with this one up here. And up here, I think we'll just cut out a square that just goes right over that, just to clean up, to make it smooth. You're still going to see that, but it'll be a lot better looking than a giant hole. So that's where I think I'm going to head with that, but we're not even going to tackle that today. While I had it together, I wanted to mention it. So let's get this torn apart and get the seat work going. Looking into what we're doing, basically the same things we did on the bottom. These high spots, we're going to trim those down, replace that with open cell foam, drill 2 holes in there to where the fans meet up on the back, and we're going to mount 2 more of these computer fans right here to blow straight in through the open cell foam in through there to cool the front sides of the seats down. Now with taking a look at where these fans can go, being that they've got to be down in this section of it, that puts us right in here between this crossbar that's already here and where the foam bumps up right here. When I've taken a look at where that'll go, that'll put that one there and the other one right in that area, which that's totally fine. There's not a whole lot going on with these, so we're just going to tack it onto this existing frame, and utilizing the rest of this other seat frame, it's got one of these crossbars as well. So we will cut that off and weld that to the new framework, and then that'll have 2 crossbars to mount the fans. Weld some little tabs on there and fans will be mounted. That's good with that. The only problem that I see is when we did the lumbar piece, originally it went like this. We flipped it like this because it was hitting existing framework of the seat frame there. It should be like this. We have it in there like that. Well, when we do that, that puts all of this up in the way of where I'd like to put the fans. So, being that's the case, I looked into what I've got to do a little bit here with it. And I can put this inside of there and then put that in with it mounted in either direction then. And then the motor's out of the way, and that's what that excess was. So first thing I want to do is cut the top of this off, get that mounted in there, and make sure when we are mounting the fans that that's out of the way. Alright, with that piece cut off, that fits in there. Trimmed it, put it in there the way that it's supposed to be. Fits right across that cross piece there for it. This is the bar that I cut off of the car. fit right there like that. So let's tack that in and we can mount the fans. This is the point in the video I want to talk to you about hoarding. I'm a hoarder. That's where this came from. To tell you the truth, I don't even know exactly what this was at first. I believe it's some kind of probably a hollow wall fastener or something. I don't know. It's some type of an anchor piece from something. I got this because I'm not the only hoarder in my family. There's a couple other of us. But somebody brought this to my mom. She ended up with 3 big boxes because somebody knew our reputation of hoarding in our family and building weird things that said, hey, I bet you could use this. They're remodeling the schools and this is like all the hardware from all the cabinets and everything in the school. And I ended up with a whole bunch of these. But that's going to work out really well for mounting tabs for these fans. Because once we put that screw in there and cut that off, that'll leave just that little bit, which that'll look nice somewhere you'll never see. And I didn't have to go through any trouble of fabricating a little tab to put this in there. So chalk one up for the hoarders. In case you didn't realize, welders make metal really hot. And we melted the corners of that, so that probably wasn't the best plan of attack for... I mean, it worked really well in laying out where those holes are. They're in the right spot, but it melted that. So this time we're going to use this. Got all the mounting tabs mounted across the other bar there for it. So that'll hold all the fans, or the 2 fans I should say, right there perfectly like that. I already know that it's a good distance away from the seat foam because this one was already here and this one here matches that. So that should be a good alignment. Now that I know where the fans are going to be, we got the mounting and everything located on that. It's time to figure out where we want to go ahead and drill the holes and replace the foam there for it. Probably going to go ahead and cut the fronts of the foam off first and then drill the holes, just because I think that will be easier to not have to fight that hole that we drill first. My OCD is not pleased. Bam, right in the middle. Off to the side. It's not going to matter, but I know it's there. Well, the holes are drilled. The seat foam is trimmed down. Let's cut up the open cell foam, glue it together, and put it in its spots where it needs to go. Well, we got everything cut with foam. Glue should be dry. We can put the pieces together. I'm going to put it all together, show you what it looks like. We're not going to test it. we verified that this method will work on the last video. So let's do that real quick. Got it all assembled, and there's what everything looks like in there. New open cell foam on the front. And that all fits right in there. Well, that does it for the passenger seat cooling feature. That was a little daunting at first, but ended up turning out really easy, really nice, and not that much money. One of these kits was everywhere from about $350 up to about $500 where I was finding them. On the passenger side, we have about $30 in it. The fans were the most expensive thing, being about $7. Then the foam and glue and everything were in it right around 30 bucks. So not a bad little project there for it. I was going to put it all together, but we still have some more things to do. We're going to take a break from the passenger side though and move over to the driver side next time. I just want to see what's inside of there. I don't want to complete the passenger side without at least taking a look to what we're getting into on that side, in case I need to reference something from this side. So that's where we're heading next time. Like always, thanks for always coming back and watching the videos. Leave me a comment, tell me what you think. We'll see you next time.